on board of the Kraken, a huge sailing ship from the wings of the ocean. And I have Manon here, and she will tell us a little bit more about what their big mission is.
Hi, thank you for having me. So Wings of the Ocean is basically a French organization focused on plastic pollution. So what we do, we have two main missions, which is picking up the plastic from the coast, all the rubbishes, and bringing awareness with the youth mainly, and by having people on board doing the short visits and communicating on the social media.
Yeah, and I've seen, I mean, we have a big group of kids here, so you are educating really.
Yes, mostly we try to introduce them to what is the plastic in our life, what it does and what impact it has, and how can we avoid having so much of it around us in the nature.
So right now you're at the Canary Islands. What are you doing here?
So Canary is a big part of a tour that we are doing in the Mediterranean and in the Atlantic Sea. So we started from France, the south of France. We went to Spain, then Madeira, some Portuguese islands, Selvagem y Desertas, then we came to Canarias. And after we'll go back to Azores, then France again. So this is a tour that we'll be doing each year. We will come back, and our mission are essentially, when we come, we stop for a few weeks. We contact as much people as we can, like you guys, local organization, and we try to organize the pollution events all together. So the goal is to pick up as much as we can from the coast and from the beaches. So that's one point. The other point is having school mainly coming here and bringing up a chat, having a chat with the young and trying to finding solution together on how can we have less plastic. Seeing what we pick up during the pollution action is that some places are more impacted than others, understanding why and trying to find solution together.
Yeah, that's so cool. It's really about starting a conversation about this issue that really affects us all, which is plastic everywhere. So why is it important that we use less plastic, that we get it out of the water? What is the big problem and why is it important?
So plastic is a recent problem, and since we produce too much of it, it's about 400 million tons being produced every year, and it's huge. It always ends up in the sea. There is about 20 million tons ending up in the sea each year, and once it's in the sea, it's too late. It is integrated into microplastics. It's been eaten by the animals, and it's bad for all the organisms, and even for us, since we are eating like a bank card of plastic each week without knowing it. So the big problem is the production. If we start to produce less, then we'll have less problem to picking it up. But it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to discuss with government and with, you know, big producer. So mainly what we can do as personal is avoiding to throwing it up in the sea, or looking for recycling bins, and as individual, every time you see something, you can just pick it up. That's what we do.
Yeah. So how can people help? They can pick up, they can recycle. How can they help you, and how can they themselves at home reduce the plastic consumption?
So the Kraken is a good example. There's in this organization, since we are focused on the plastic, what we want to do is produce as less as possible, and it's a good example for people. When we use any type of product, it will end up in the sea because the water that we have on board will be released. So by doing the product ourselves and naturally, first the water that goes back in the sea is clean, and then we don't have all the containers, the plastic packaging that comes with all the products. So by doing it ourselves, we reduce there's this amount of plastic. That's not the biggest, but people can definitely look on what they buy and how it's packaged. This is the massive thing that you can do. The biggest point that you can look for. So every time you buy something, just look how it's packaged. Can you buy it with less package, or can you do it yourself? That's even better. So that's one thing. Also, people can definitely join the depollution crew every time we do actions. By helping the boat, they can also volunteer with us, or they can start their own branch of Wings of the Ocean anywhere in the world. Even here in the Canaries, we'll be happy to help them to create their own events and help them start with a local branch. But at home, looking for the plastic, trying to have as less as possible, and of course recycling it is also a good thing that we can do. We cannot recycle all of it, but it's always good to give it a chance. So looking for recycling bins.
Amazing. Definitely our personal choices, again, that is the biggest thing we can do, of course. And yeah, let's have a look around. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrea.